Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is December 22nd, 2025. We are almost here at Christmas. We have a trade that we have this morning at just after 6 o'clock. It did not match the True Telos Trading grading scale as an A or an A plus or an S quality trade. We have been taking a few trades on these stocks that are considered B quality. What's happening, as we get a little bit closer to the holidays, as a matter of fact, 3 days away. And if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I'm seeing a lot less stocks pop up on virtually pretty much no news. Things are happening pretty slow here as we transition into the holiday period. So we're seeing a lot less moves, a lot less things happening in the market in general. So we are trying to just capitalize on these moves that we're seeing that meet criteria of the True Telos Trading grading scale to a small minimum, something that is dangerous to the account and something that I don't want to continue doing. And I'm also thinking that I'm a little bit impatient and a little bit anxious. I don't want to sit here at the computer during the holiday season. So maybe I shouldn't even trade during this time of year because I feel like I should be doing something else. But nonetheless, we still got to trade on a B quality stock this morning. Let's go ahead and get into that stock of the day. The stock that we traded this morning, the ticker was AZI. Again, today is December 22nd, 2025. The stock had no news catalyst at all this morning. It was simply the number one stock in the market when I sat down at this computer at about 5:32, 5:33 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it moved after that 6 a.m. window had just passed, but no news at all. So this will be a zero here. The stock's float is below 10 million shares. As a matter of fact, it's only 2 million. This will be a 2 here. The stock was above its 200 moving average, its daily 200 moving average. I bought this stock at $4.63, and its daily moving average is way down here at like 40 cents a share. So this would definitely be a +2. The stock had a gain of over 40%. I do believe when I looked at it this morning, it was close to like 60, from 60 to 80%. So definitely over 40. This would be a +1. The stock is below that $10 window. Like I said, I bought it at $4.63. So this would be a +1. It was the number one stock when we were looking at it this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm betting it was the number one stock from the beginning, like when the market opened at 3 a.m. But I digress. This is a +1. And it was at I want to say 52-week all-time high. 52-week all-time high. This thing was moving. It wasn't moving very, very good, but it was at the 52-week high. It just had a stock split. But what we are looking at is simply the number from the 52-week high. Even though the stock split makes it irregular or makes it wrong for us to try to mark it off as an all-time high for 52 week, we can go ahead and guarantee that it is. As a matter of fact, that is I'm going to say that that's definitely trader sentiment, just because we've seen this thing move pretty good. So it's most likely a psychological thing for traders. But anyway, definitely at this 52-week high. It hasn't been at $4.63 where I bought it. Hadn't reached that high, I want to say, kind of ever on this stock. Even just with that reverse stock split, we've been able to reach these new highs with this stock. So this will definitely be a +1 here. If we add all of these together, this gives us a score of 8. And according to our True Telos Trading grading scale, as you can see down here, a score of 8 makes this a B quality stock. The strategy that we use, and we hesitated on our entry. We should have got in a little bit lower, but just trying my best not to be hesitant when I'm getting into trades, entering exactly where I want instead of hesitating when I press that button. It's been something that I haven't mastered at all. even if it's not a stock on the True Telos Trading grading scale, and I choose to trade it, I should only get in where I see my edge in entering. In that breaking high of day, when we get into the chart, I'll show you where I wanted to enter but didn't. But breaking high of day is our strategy. As it was making those new highs, we bought on a high and wished that it would go a little bit higher, and it did for us. We were able to pull approximately uh 11 cents per share out of this stock today. So between 10 and 20, we want to get 15 or more, but today is a profitable day, so I'm not going to complain. We were in this trade for a lot longer than we needed to be. We were in there for 4 minutes, so that 2 to 5 window was where I started losing money. Any longer than that in the trade, if the trade was negative, I need to get out of there immediately. Some of those I have broken this rule before plenty of times. Going back and looking at my analytics, I see that when I'm in a trade, if the trade is a good trade according to my account, then I should be out of there in the first 60 seconds of the trade. But if I stay in there longer, there is a higher probability of me losing money, with that being a losing trade. So any longer than 1 minute, I should be out. So being in there for four is definitely not something I want to do. And I know it's because this was not a good quality stock, and I fumbled on my entry as well. We were able to pull out of the market today only $7.04. It's a small green day, but a green day nonetheless. Is days that we are definitely looking for. Regardless, we still want to be able to trade our True Telos Trading grading scale to the T, and seeing that we are fumbling around and messing up a bit on our trades, not entering when we want to enter, and not sticking to the True Telos Trading grading scale, is definitely something that we don't want to continue doing, and it's something that we're going to continue to work on for the foreseeable future. Let's go ahead and get into the chart to see how we traded AZI today. This is the stock that we traded this morning, AZI. Let me get a little bit zoom out on the time here so you can see exactly what I was trading. So I saw that this thing had made a move at 3 a.m. Just like I said, this stock had made a big move at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time as soon as market opened. This thing had jumped all the way up here from 318 all the way up here to 421. What I wanted to do, reached a high this morning of 435. My strategy was to enter as it broke that early morning high of 435, and enter for at least a 15 to 20 cent move as it progressed higher. But as you can see here, I hesitated a bit on the entry, and I hesitated because it didn't match the True Telos Trading grading scale, and it wasn't something that I would normally trade. But I do know, since holiday seasons are among us, that we need to capitalize on some of this movement that we're seeing. It's a little bit more risky, but something that I want to try to master, getting in and out very, very fast, and not letting the trade turn against me, just following momentum. A little bit easier said than done. I think I need to work on hotkeys, because right now I use my mouse to enter and exit trades, but I do believe if I had a hotkey to where I could press something super fast, it would be a faster execution. I'll be able to get in and out a little bit faster. But just getting into this trade, I entered this thing at 436, so it was all, or 463. So it was already all the way up here. I have a problem with entering super, super high. When I hesitate, I still buy up here, and I shouldn't actually do that. I should wait for a small pullback and then sell as it's coming back up. That's something that I also need to master. I see exactly where I'm messing up at, and I need to continue to progress while I'm trading to get better. If I see what I'm messing up at and I notice those mistakes, definitely something I need to start working on bettering. So those two are two things that I need to write down: trade execution and hesitation before entering on a good setup, on a very good setup, as a matter of fact. So just two things I'm gonna write down. Getting back into the trade, I entered right here on this candle as it popped up with a high of 476. I bought before it made the high at 463, saw it pushing up, and it kept hitting this wall right here at 474. I was wondering what was going on. Did we see some hidden sellers? I couldn't see anything on level 2 as I was progressing with this trade, but I did know like it stopped at that level. And as you can see here, it's still stopping at this level, this 470, 472 level. Um, as soon as it came back up to that, as soon as it came back up to that level, it says 4 minutes later. This is on the 5 minute. As soon as it came back up to that level, I went ahead and exited the trade just because I didn't see it making any new highs. If it was going to make a new high, it would have did it when I bought the dip on this candle. So it was a little bit too congested for me to want to continue trading it. It was not a very good trade. I'll go ahead and say that it wasn't a very good trade. I hesitated on the entry. I should have bought further, way down here, and I should have sold as it hit my profit target, but I didn't. I held it a little bit longer than I should have, and we definitely kept a possible better stock, a better trade today because I'm only taking one trade per day. It's going to be something that I continue. I see when I take more than one trade, then I start to do kind of bad on the account. As you can see, we bought 64 shares of the stock at 463, and we were able to get out of here at 474. So small profit, 11 cent per share. That gives us $7.04. I need to get better at definitely better at execution speed. I'm just thinking about it quite a bit now. Definitely something that I'm going to be working on and writing down here for the foreseeable future. If you like this type of content, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. If you have any questions for me, please don't be afraid to ask. If you have any advice for me on how we can actually get better when using our True Telos Trading grading skill, or any tips that you can give me about how you trade, it would be greatly appreciated. I'll see you all next time on True Telos Trading. Hopefully we have another decent day tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be trading for the rest of the week after that. I hope you all have a great holiday, and I will see you next year.